education is one of the most important things about this program. I think it's a wonderful place. I love this city.
It makes a huge difference to be a part of that culture and not just come to DC as a tourist, but to live here and work here and actually get a feel for what goes on.
It's still amazing to me every time we walk by the Capitol that I'm actually here.
Also, I love downtown. I love the area around the mall, the Smithsonian, the monuments.
Culturally, Washington has much to offer, I think, for everyone.
It's awesome living in Washington.
The Washington advantage is that you're reading the news and you're reading about what's happening in politics. You're right there.
We use Washington, D.C. as a laboratory. It's the foundation of our entire program. And the whole point is to get the students out of the library, out of their dorm room, and even out of the classroom.
We have a lot of fun. Washington's a great city, especially for college students.
Originally, when I intended to, come to Washington, D.C., I wanted to make as many contacts as I could while I was here.
So my main goal was to ascertain a better understanding of how things function. That was my first goal. My second goal was to build some contacts through the internship, and I'm doing that very effectively.
When I applied to the program, my goals were basically to become a sports broadcast journalist.
I wanted to see the relationship of media and politics in the city.
My goals for attending Washington semester were to try and narrow down a possible career path.
And I thought the internship part of it would be great, especially because I think everybody needs some practical experience before, really go out into the working force.
And I thought really the best thing to do would be to come to Washington, D.C. and to go on the Washington semester program with American University and have an internship, which would really give me something solid for my resume.
Well, I decided to come to Washington because I'm very interested in studying broadcast journalism, and my home school does not offer journalism as a major or a minor.
And when I learned about the Washington semester program, I took it as an opportunity to maybe further my knowledge, my firsthand knowledge of how things in Washington, D.C. work and how all the aspects of the system are incorporated into what's known as the democratic process.
Okay, a typical week in the program involves working scheduled 2 days and then having classes on the other 3.
The structure of this program has 3 prongs. The first piece of it is the seminar.
The seminar program here has been really extraordinary.
These people, they tell us how these theories we learn apply to their job on a daily basis. And it gives you a general understanding of how all these theoretical things you learn function.
We like to try to get people that are actually involved in the issues because they know what's going on and the students enjoy interacting with them.
We've had speakers from all major networks, all major newspapers, and the big names basically are like Sam Donaldson and the director of NOW.
Our guest speakers range from celebrities to non-celebrities, but yet very interesting people.
There's a learning curve for students to do this. Usually they arrive, they've never had an opportunity to actually be one-on-one, say, with a senator or a congressman or a judge. So for them to sort of learn how to ask questions, how to be interactive with the speaker, how to feel comfortable in that kind of environment is part of the learning concept with the seminar.
And the greatest thing is to read their articles and then to be able to actually speak with them, and ask them questions about it, which I think is great, and to be here in DC to have that chance.
They are able to build from a foundation perspective from one seminar to another. So they can begin to ask questions that relate to things that they've heard, say, the week before for a new speaker, and all of a sudden they become sort of the instant expert in that area.
I wasn't really prepared for the amount of inside information that I got, and I'm very happy I was able to take advantage of that.
The second prong is the internship. Gives you an opportunity to work 2 days a week and again have some practical hands-on experience that you can then compare with the theory that you're studying in the seminars.
My internship is with my congressman's office. I go to the Republican National Committee every morning and I pick up the newspaper clips for the day. I organize press clip notebooks and I attend press meetings in the Capitol and I attend staff meetings. And being involved in the internship, it really forces you to take a look at life and examine what people are actually doing here in this city.
I do think it helps them crystallize their career goals, and with the internship we really work very precisely on that. what do you care about, what do you think you're good at, and what do you want to do with your life? These are some career options. There's this whole world out there, and what stepping stones would you need to be able to have a life like that?
My internship is with the Department of Justice, the Antitrust Division.
My internship is Black Entertainment Television. I'm a production assistant.
I'm interning at Potomac Television, and that's a news bureau.
I'm working at the International Human Rights Law Group, and specifically I'm working in the Women in the Law project.
It gives them a real taste of what it's like to be in the workplace and deal with superiors, supervisors, with deadlines, and all of the things that are an aspect of the workplace.
I've gotten great experience working at the McLaughlin Group, and it's good because the American University requires that you have at least 60% substantive work. And that means that I'm not just doing photocopying or answering phone calls. I'm doing something that I can really put on a resume that's going to impress people. I'm doing writing and researching and things that people in the job market are looking for. I assist Dr. McLaughlin editing the script, updating him on anything current in politics he needs to know. I think it's really going to help me in the future because it's definitely going to give me a good reference.
Just going about finding an internship was an invaluable experience.
We encourage them to interview at several different places, not only because we want them to learn a lot about the different opportunities, but also it's a great opportunity to be interviewed.
I'm interning in Senator Sam Nunn's office. He's the Democratic senator from Georgia. The senator depends on this particular person, my supervisor, for the bulk of his addresses. A lot of what I do is helping in sort of researching the organizations or the groups that he's speaking to, gathering and compiling information, background information on those groups so that we can have a better idea of how to put the speech together. And I also compile the actual book that the senator takes on the podium with him when he gives a speech.
I'm interning at Washington News Network, which is a small news bureau that mainly serves Capitol Hill. I've been able to go out with reporters, learn some editing. I've actually been a field producer on some stories. They let me go out and conduct interviews. I've been able to meet many senators and congressmen, gotten to meet the president, and just doing a lot of reporting that I didn't expect to be able to do. So it's been an incredible experience to actually have a tape when I leave here that has me doing reporting that I know that I have written and I've produced and I've edited.
Companies are looking for students that are willing to have internship type experiences, and even now at the undergraduate level.
And the third prong is the either the research project or alternatively the elective that you may choose to select on main campus.
They have a business school on the main campus, so I opted to do an elective. The elective I'm taking is investment analysis. I'm
researching the anti-terrorism legislation that actually just went up before Congress last week, and its implications on the Constitution. The more I found out about it and the more I worked on it, the more people I talked to, the more engrossed I got into it, and actually the more interesting it got. I was able to interview and get a lot of insight from a lot of really important people in Washington, D.C., and it's led to, it's been quite an experience.
The core of it is the whole emphasis on experiential education, the whole idea of don't read about it, let's do it, let's go see it. And I know from past experience it just is extraordinarily successful. It's kind of a breath of fresh air for a lot of these students that, you know, it's their junior year, senior year, they've been through a more traditional curriculum, and this is a chance to test a little of what they've learned and experience a whole new range of issues.
Life on the Tinley campus, there's pretty much never a dull moment.
Everyone lives together within 3 dorms on the Tinley campus, who live and eat and study with other Washington semester students. So it's as if we're on our own little college down here, and it's wonderful.
You have everything that you need here. You have your own cafeteria, you have your own computer lab, and your own like miniature reading room / libraries.
It's still a college environment in the sense that you live in a dorm with other students who are studying things.
I like living in the dorms on the Washington semester because we're all going through the same experience.
Dorm life is great. It's different here because we've all got a lot to do. So even though we do manage to squeeze some fun in there, actually a lot of fun in there, when it's time to get down to work, everybody knows it's time to get down to work because you don't want to be slacking off for the next day.
Tinley campus is in a good location. It's not far from the metro. And there are movie theaters right down the street, many different restaurants. So you don't really have to go that far to be able to have fun.
My professor is really, really enthusiastic about the course.
And he's had a lot of outside experience with private corporations, so he's been able to teach us theory or show us a textbook and say, well, I've seen this in practice, this works, this doesn't work.
I think we can foster an unusually close relationship among faculty and students in this program because there is one faculty for the entire program. You get to know your students really well.
My professor is phenomenal. She's inspiring, she's very analytical, and most of all, she's always there for like her students.
And the other thing is just the friendship that develops. It's not just the professor and the student. I mean, we're sitting together, slogging away on the metro and grabbing a bite to eat in between sessions. And so it's a very informal relationship as well. And that, I think, makes the students feel very comfortable that they can come to us with almost any kind of problem or concern they have.
I've made a lot of friendships here. It's interesting. I think within one semester I've made greater friendships than I've had almost at 2 years at school for the most part.
Basically, I'm leaving with 5 or 6 new close friends that I'll keep in touch with the rest of my life. We've even planned to have like 5-year reunions here, meet in DC.
It was very easy to meet people because everyone's coming from their home schools and they don't know anyone, and they're very willing to be open and accept anyone, and everyone's very excited to make friends and meet new people, so it's not difficult at all.
And you spend so much time together that it's just impossible not to become as close as we all have.
I got friends now from all over the country. A lot of them have had a lot of different experiences, a lot of different tastes too, so it sort of helps to open your mind a little bit.
I was really impressed with the diversity of the students when I first got here. I think it adds so much to the class as a whole because you get entirely different perspectives.
We have people from all over Europe, all over Latin America.
I mean, in my program alone, I have about 5 or 6 German students.
It really is a great place to meet people and meet people from diverse backgrounds who have different ideas, different lifestyles, different opinions.
The benefit of this program is it gives you the ability to experience the real world and study simultaneously. And that's one of the greatest strengths of the program.
But the students who seem to get the most out of it are students who really have a hunger to learn, students who are flexible about how they learn, are willing to try new things, students with curiosity about the policy-making process.
It's turned out to be an experience that's just been phenomenal for opportunities.
Overall, I think the program has been incredible for me so far, and I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot.
But I would really encourage a student who wants to take time to explore issues, to think critically, to be able to write, to respond to questions and issues, to have an intellectual curiosity is really what this program is all about.
I would recommend students who are really self-motivated.
There's just so many different aspects of the program that are all strong. I think it'd be hard to find somebody who wouldn't benefit from being in the program.
I'm going to be really sad that this experience is over. But it's going to be an experience that I will never forget.
It's fun. It is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I've had a great time.